Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Okay, that was too loud. Welcome, everyone, and welcome to the Puck Drops here. And Peter Fifitt, of course. We've got Vancouver and Calgary. Calgary trying to go 2-1. The Canucks hoping that they will not fall to 1-3. 1-3 after they won 5-3 over the Edmonton Oilers, got crushed 5-2 over Edmonton after a bad third period, and then got shut out 3-0 in Calgary. And they're back in Calgary. There's a former Vancouver Canuck, Chris Tanev, for the final game of their 4-game road trip. And I was just laughing at something. And then they will go home for the first time since the regular season ended. I will look up the exact date, but they will be there for the first time. And hold on 1 second. And they don't want to drop 3 straight games. Here we go. I'll be right with you guys. Yeah, their final game at home since March 10th, 2020, when they beat the New York Islanders 5-4 in the shootout, and that'll be a home game visit. Hey, Josh, what's going on? It'll be a home game appearance against Montreal. And they have not played the Canadiens since, I don't believe since 2019. But here we go. Puck is dropped. Pettersson along the wall, and this will be dangled back to center, as this is the second straight game for Vancouver against Calgary. The second in 3 nights. You'll see a lot of back-to-backs. Then they'll have back-to-backs at home, Vancouver will, against the Montreal Canadiens. Back in behind, it's Godet. The Canucks needing a win, desperately needing a win, as this is an offside against Calgary. The Flames are going to have a long break, and then they'll play the Toronto Maple Leafs. After the Toronto Maple Leafs are done with their trip to Edmonton, they play there on Wednesday. Here comes Bennett. Sam Bennett off the left line. Bennett tied up. Obviously, this is the second. Congratulations on that you work in your game and all that. We had a really fun stream again with the Detroit Red Wings game in Columbus. Actually had a Columbus Blue Jackets fan on the stream watching and enjoying as they won 3-2. What an incredible finish to the end of that game. We've got our second stream tonight. In fact, tomorrow we'll have Columbus and the Red Wings, then New York Rangers before that, and the Devils. Most of that coverage will be there. Gaudreau pushes this into the end, and it'll be filed there off of Schmidt. Give me 1 second. I think I have to look at something. Sorry, it's a false alarm. I'm back, but nothing really happened while I was away. But here's dangling of Sam Bennett earlier. And when Bennett went across, just a good hit by the Vancouver defender. And there's a hit by Mott on Johnny Gaudreau. And I am from New Jersey, as Gaudreau is, but I do not see him as kind of the same. He's from like really, really South Jersey, close to Philadelphia, and I'm much northern than that. It takes about 2.5 hours to where Johnny Gaudreau's hometown is. Big hit by Milan Lucic, whose hometown is Vancouver. Lucic tries to take this away, Roussel, and back behind the Calgary goal. Believe that's Markstrom, the hero of the playoffs for the Vancouver Canucks last, I was going to say spring, but really it was autumn. Big hit on Mark Giordano and taken away by the Vancouver Canucks. Try to spit this one through, and he could not spin it out, and there is a penalty coming up against Calgary, and very early on, it's against Milan Lucic. Very early on, 2:28 into the game, the Vancouver Canucks are going to get a power play, and it's a tripping call on Lucic because he tripped down Gaudette. Horvat got to Pettersson off the draw. He won it back to Pettersson. Pettersson to Hughes. Horvat in the middle. Shot. Save Markstrom. And Jacob Markstrom made the save. And boy, I got to tell you, because I fully watched this game now, because I told you I had stuff I was doing on. I had a lot of stuff I was doing on Wednesday. I wasn't able to, not Wednesday, Saturday. I wasn't able to fully watch that game. But I did now, and seeing it now, but definitely. Off of Hughes from the left circle, gets it back. Hughes fakes a slap shot onto Pettersson. Tap pass! Never went through for where Pettersson was. Pettersson still dangles on the right circle. He doesn't get the pass. Over to Hughes. Hughes, Pettersson. Back to Hughes. Hughes to Pettersson. Pass over to Miller. Back to Hughes! And in JT Miller's first game of the season, after he missed the first three because of COVID. JT Miller back to Hughes. Quinn Hughes looks for Pettersson. Pettersson with 1:17 on the power play. Pettersson off of his stick goes back to Hughes. Hughes slap shot in there, and it's blocked. Back to Pettersson, and there's a flame without a stick. It's shattered. He can't get off for a new one. It's basically a 5-on-3. Over to Pettersson. Spins off his backhand, and the Flames will get it out so the Calgary Flame player can go get it, a new stick. And it's jetted up for Pettersson, who wanted to get a breakaway, but offside is the call with 55 seconds remaining on the power play. That's where you and I differ. I would like Calgary to play like absolute garbage. Sorry, Flames fans. And I used to like the Flames, but I would love a dominating Vancouver win here. And that actually got blocked off of Lindholm when the other Flame player tried to get down and block the puck. That's like me early in the season last year when Vancouver had those entertaining two games against Detroit. I wanted Detroit to play really well, and they did. And Vancouver, but Vancouver also to do good. So same thing when Vancouver plays New Jersey. I'm rooting for the Devils all the way, but I want the Canucks not to play bad. So many times I go to Devils-Canucks games, everybody's booing the Canucks and oh, you suck, and I never do that. Pass behind the goal. Try to get to Virtanen. Less than 20 seconds to go on the power play. Back to Virtanen. He spins through. They don't have the first power play line out there. Backdoor! Oh, that might have went off of Markstrom, and the Flames clear. Taking away one last chance for the power play. Tanner Pearson gets hit there. And it goes all the way down. Myers is there as well, and it fought out. I'm not sure who the goalie is for Vancouver here. I missed the number. I would assume it's probably Demko. There's a shot. They missed the net. And another chance off of Myers, who shoots in. Yeah, absolutely. We both really want Vancouver to win. Tyler Mott took a hit. Here's Mott, still jamming away on the boards. And the good thing is that Vancouver doesn't play New Jersey or as Gaudreau got it away. And there's Bennett through and shoots in. As both of us, as I was saying, Vancouver doesn't play Vancouver doesn't play Detroit. Vancouver doesn't play. It is Demko. Okay. Vancouver doesn't play Detroit, and Vancouver doesn't play New Jersey, so I don't have to deal with that. The only close call in the division, kind of with Detroit and Florida, but I like Detroit way more than I like Florida. The only really close calls in the Pacific with Minnesota, or the West with Minnesota and Arizona, where Minnesota on my favorite list is slotted at 4 and Arizona at 5, so that's pretty close. Demko. And also, I think those two teams are going to be jarring for who's going to be 4th in the division. And I think the edge goes to the Coyotes. Shot there! Dylan Dubé could not get that through. Another block by the Canucks, and they try to dump in. That's blocked again, and a shot off center by Calgary. And boy, for the Canucks, I can't wait for them to go home, which will be coming for the first time since March 10th in Vancouver when they beat New York Islanders. I said that earlier on the top of this broadcast, and it'll come against the Canadiens. Gaudette still with it, and it's taken away. Here's Michael Backlund. Backlund takes a hit from Tyler Myers. Yeah, you're close one, I think, Vancouver, Calgary, this one as well. And they'll be playing each other a lot. The only other team that Vancouver is going to be playing as much as the Flames is Edmonton. And a big hit by Howard, and the rookie falls down, who's the one that scored in that first game against the Oilers. Shot in there. Lucic also chasing Gaudette. Lucic, a big hit on Gaudette, and this game is extremely physical, as most Canucks Flames games are. Back on the line. Anderson shoots this through. Back over to Lucic. Got this one across to Mark Giordano. Giordano, a lofted puck high. And taken by Schmidt, the former Golden Knight and Capital, and wristed this one through off the boards. Taken up by Lucic, who hands over to Giordano. Lucic goes for a line change. It's Giordano and Anderson to play on defense for Calgary. Tanev on the bench for the Flames. Here's to Chuck. Jostled away for it. Canucks try to steal this, but it's banked up at 7. Oh, I would love the Canucks to just destroy the Flames, as I've said. Here's to Chuck. Toe drag, and that's blocked away. What a great play by the defenseman out there. I think that might have been Hughes. Miller, still Edler, actually. Then that's passed off along where Dubé tries to go grab. Canucks, can they get out? Not yet. Here's Pettersson. Blocked off the left wall, then shot in again. Besser looks to go grab it away, and he cannot. Moving in is to Chuck. To Chuck, shoots wide of the net. The Flames have more room. Here's Tanev right off the bench. Former Canuck tried to play it. Sean Monahan has not played much on the ice today. He had the game-winning goal against Vancouver on Saturday, and it's played on for Brock Besser to shoot in. Right there for Tanev to play, and he gets hit by Mott. Mott played a lot, not just with Tanev like as a teammate, but really with Tanev and touching the puck there like on the same line. On the grinding line, and right there is touching the puck with Sean Monahan. Speak of the devil, offside, and there was the chance by Gaudette that was stopped by Markstrom. No score early in the first period. All right, again, I'm probably behind you, so don't tell me what happens. So right now we get the Sharks were up 2-0 in St. Louis, and the Blues have come back. The tying goal scored by Mike Hoffman, his first point as a St. Louis Blue. With 5:55 in the third, the Jets are down 2-1 to the Maple Leafs. Go-ahead goal scored by Mitch Marner. Assists by Hull and Matthews. 4-0 Buffalo, the go-ahead goal there at the end of the second period. The go-ahead goal there scored by Curtis Lazar. So they are still beating Philadelphia. 26 shots on goal for the Buffalo Sabres. 15 shots on goal for the Philadelphia Flyers. 12:39 to go in the first period. They just dropped the puck in Edmonton, and it's no score between the Oilers and the Canadiens. 6:53 left in the second period. No score between Carolina and Nashville. 18 shots on goal for the home team, the Predators. 11 shots on goal for Carolina. 2 shots on goal for Montreal. 5 shots on goal for Edmonton. 15. Oh, we went through that for Philadelphia. 37 astounding shots on goal for Toronto Maple Leafs, and 26 shots on goal for Winnipeg. As we know, the final already, 1-0 Islanders. The game-winning goal scored by Jean-Gabriel Pageau. 3-2 Blue Jackets. Columbus game-winning goal scored by Pierre-Luc Dubois, the one who was asking for the trade. 12 shots on goal for San Jose. 16 shots on goal for St. Louis. The Minnesota Wild have just started playing against the Ducks. 4 shots on goal for the Wild. 2 shots on goal for the Ducks. The Wild have not won a game in regulation, but they've won the last 2, both in overtime. Marcus Johansson scored late in overtime after they tied it late in regulation, as they show Monahan, and they scored Kirill Kaprizov's first goal in the NHL was an overtime winner, both against Los Angeles. Yeah, sure. Well, I will definitely stream that game. Most of the stream will be of that game, early stream, but not as early as today. But I don't know if I'll get multiple people. I may. Passed over for Noah Hannafin, a shot blocked. Goudreau got hit big, and here come the Canucks. Moving in is Tanner Pearson on the forecheck. They've got Bo Horvat to help, and Tanner Pearson takes a hit from Chris Tanev, and the puck is lanced all the way down for Thatcher Demko to play it. He's got Schmidt. He goes to Nate Schmidt. Schmidt moves this around, tried for Horvat, and it's banked back for Markstrom. Over for Niels Hoglander, who takes a hit. Calgary out to center. Oh, that was amazing. I watched that game on my phone. Igor Sharangovich took a great pass. Damon Severson, that was a fantastic pass off the wall, and I shame Damon Severson a lot, but Damon can do some great things offensively. Damon Severson in New Jersey and Philip Hronik, and here's a chance over for Gaudette. Shot wide or a break. Philip Hronik and Detroit are very much alike, although Damon Severson's a little bit more skilled and more experienced than Philip Hronik is. That was an incredible play for the Devils' first win of the year. And how about the fact that since that shootout win by Brad Marchand, the Bruins have not won a game. In fact, if they don't win in the shootout, they're winless. 2 points in 2 games, though. Shot from the point, score! Deflected en route. The Canucks have a 1-0 lead. I think it might be Oli Lobi's first goal of his career. No, it'll be Virtanen. 1-0 Vancouver. This is a point shot on route. It goes through Yalobi, and let's see, does this get tipped? I don't know. But he shoots from the wall. It does get tipped, but it goes off of Vakanainen, the defenseman for Calgary. 1-0 Vancouver. Give me 1 second, and I will just... You know what? I'll wait till stoppage, and I'm going to go check on what's going on behind me. Over for Milan Lucic. Works on the boards. Flames trying to move in. Back off the forecheck. Hughes passed it on around. This puck still moving. They've got Travis Hamonic, former Calgary Flame, out there. There's a shot off the point. Deflected. Flames keep it in. And then it goes all the way down to Markstrom. Markstrom fanned on the puck, then gets it over for Hannafin to touch, and then Lucic. Passed it over. Schmidt backhands it on a cross. There's Alexander Edler. Virtanen's first of the year. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. He didn't score a goal so far. Here is Giordano. Canucks try to get it out of the zone. They will. Good play there by JT Miller, and then Calgary finally able to jet it out to center. Off the boards and flipped in. Where Demko is in his goal. Vancouver 1, Calgary 0. 8:28 to go in the first period. This is imperative that the Canucks win this game. And it'll be an icing. Hoglander to go touch. We're going to go to a break. Midway through the first period. Virtanen's first of the year from a board shot, and it's 1-0 Vancouver Canucks. I will be right back. That's true. I heard that. It's the intent. The other lines of the guard. No. I just don't plug it. Right. And I learned he's saying that it's not counted at all. That's why you say black and white. Because the objective is that it's not regarded as matter of much. I learned that's like black lives matter. White, all lives matter. It's kind of racist. All right, back here. Vancouver and Calgary. Canucks with this 1-0 lead. And let's take a look at again here in the NHL. What's going on with the scores? Because that Toronto-Winnipeg game should be ending soon. 8:24 left in the first. Didn't really know how much time. 9:56 left in the first period between Minnesota and Anaheim. Now 6-5 shots on goal, still favoring the Minnesota Wild. No score in that one. 8:30 left in the second. 2-2, 18-14 shots on goal in favor of the Blues. The last game to drop the puck here has not dropped the puck yet, but it should in about 32 minutes between the Coyotes and the Golden Knights. 2-1 Toronto Maple Leafs. 3-1. They just scored an empty netter. Maple Leafs just put it into the empty net. It's going to be Mitch Marner for his second goal of the game and his third goal of the year. So this should wrap it up, and Toronto should be on their way to win. 38-28 in shots on goal. We're still in the second intermission between Philadelphia and the Buffalo Sabres. This puck is out of play, and so we'll get another face-off. Score that pleases me the most. 6-4 Vancouver with Pedersen and Tkachuk scoring. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? Did you bet on it? Like, why are you saying 6-4 Tkachuk and... Oh, no, I see what you mean. It's high scoring, the Canucks win, but the Calgary Flames do good. Okay, I see that. Wouldn't you want it more for you to be like a 3-2? Oh, and they're also division rivals. I was going to say 3-2 overtime, but you don't want Calgary to get any points here because Vancouver would just be. But I understand that because, again, I would have wanted a 6-5 Vancouver win against Detroit. Over to the glove off a point shot by Myers. Yolovi let it go, and Markstrom will glove it down. It's funny, in the NHL, like in NHL regular season games, Schmidt, Hoglander, Hamonic, and Yolovi, the only players on this Vancouver team that have not played with Markstrom or Tanev. Here's Hughes letting it go. That one went wide. Speaking of the devil, there's Hamonic trying to get it. Then Miller as well. Tkachuk tries to get it out of the zone, off the boards. And a good pass to center. Dubé chases Hughes. And now Hughes by the Vancouver bench shoots in. Pedersen is going to go to the bench here. 7:35 left in the first. Giordano shoots by the Vancouver bench and taken by Hughes. I would not. I would want Calgary to get no points. But that's also you like Calgary and I don't. Here's a big hit. And then it goes over to Hamonic. Shoots that one wide. Tried to deflect it in front and never could get a stick on it. Sutter was there. And then there's Hughes by the Canucks bench. Here's Hughes waiting and shooting in. Deflected. Blocked away. And it comes back to Hughes to play to Hamonic. Travis Hamonic back to Quinn Hughes. Back to Travis Hamonic. Hamonic takes a hit from Sean Monahan, and this puck bounces. And then back over to Schmidt. Try to lead it over to Alexander Edler. And a good pass off the boards. Canucks change. Here's Gaudreau. Johnny Gaudreau holds on the brakes. Gaudreau passed in front. Good block to center. So he was trying to find Sam Bennett, or not Sam Bennett. I'm not sure who 89 is. Over now to Gaudreau. Gaudreau stops up. Point to the boards. Flames keep it in. Shoot off point. and that deflected behind the goal. There was Gaudreau, and then the pass to the boards. Back there for Hanifin. Shot off! Oh, that one went wide by Gaudreau, and it almost had a chance. Hanifin steps around Pearson. Hanifin drop pass. They've used a lot of good drop passes here. Off the skate of Gaudreau, who shoots in. Pearson tries to shoot it on around, and this will careen all the way into the Calgary end. And a breakaway here! Oh, and Markstrom just robbed his former teammate. I think that was Gaudette again. Yeah, it was Gaudette again. Would have made it 2-0 Canucks. And he is robbed by Jacob Markstrom after a horrible pass by the defender. Calgary, Giordano was the one who let it go, and it is still 1-0. Yeah, that's true. About overtime winners. Intermissions will predict games. Right now, I want to still look at who's winning. The game just went final 3-1, Toronto and Winnipeg. Game-winning goal is going to go to Mitch Marner, his first of his 2 straight goals. The Sharks have regained the lead. They've just gone up 3-2 in the second period. Go-ahead goal goes to Brent Burns from Evander Kane and Tomas Hertl. About 4 minutes and 1 second left in the intermission, in the second intermission, so between Buffalo and Philadelphia. Still leads 4-0, obviously. Canadians score the first goal of the game against Edmonton. They are really starting a great season. Romanov from Kulak and Paul Byron. Late in the second period, we've got a 1-1 tie with 35 seconds left in the second period. 22-13 shots on goal Nashville against Carolina. Andrei Svechnikov scored for Carolina, and then Philip Forsberg tied it for the Nashville Predators. That has 35 seconds left in the second period. 5:39 left in the first between Montreal and Edmonton. And 5:49 left in this game. 7:10 left in the first period. No score between Anaheim and Minnesota. So that one as well. 5:38 left in the first period. Here comes Giordano. Giordano steps past to the goal. And that one just reached Demko. Back off the boards, JT Miller. Miller throws it through. Besser with the hit on Anderson. And here's JT Miller. Dangling away. Giordano. Backhands from Besser. Anderson and Pettersson just go right off the boards just like that. This puck is bouncing into the Vancouver end. And Myers sits behind Thatcher Demko. Simone out for Calgary to go intercept, but he never was able to. Gaudette, who is playing the role here in Vancouver with his chances but bad puck luck, like Vladislav Nemestikov is in Detroit. See the connections there. Pass right past Milan Lucic, who takes a hit by Jake Virtanen, and Roussel chases the puck. Good hit by Gaudette by the Calgary bench. Claims, and that's a centering pass trying to find Simone. He cannot. Edler tries to drag it on along and shot in. Pearson goes and grabs. Shoots on net. That puck was bouncing. Tanev is able to corral it. Horvat away. And back to the slot for Niels Höglander. Drops it off. Travis Hamonic a shot. Save made by Markstrom, and now Tanev corrals it again. Simone takes a hit. And here's Pearson with the check. Here's Höglander. Shot. Save. Rebound up in the air. And it goes in behind Markstrom. Horvat keeps it going. Hamonic a shot. Blocked by Lucic, and it comes to center. You got to tell me, because these Jets, they've had a real issue with their top line, and their top line is really their only scoring line, and they still have inefficiency at defense. Beagle passes it off his first time in ice time here. Try to shoot that one in front, and They cannot. Calgary Flames. Oh, and right off the bench is Edler with a slap shot that missed the net. Here's Bennett. Bennett tries to backhand it. He cannot get out of the zone. They finally do. Andrew Mangiapane comes in through, and there's a backhander by Mott over to Markstrom. Markstrom and Beagle tries to chase. There's Giordano, who's played the most ice time out of any player, and it's still the first period in this game. Brock Boeser with a big hit on Sam Bennett. They've got Backlund there trying to find Giordano too far, and Mangiapane races the puck. He's pursued by Sutter. Miller with the puck as well. Passed off on the right side. Here's Brock Boeser turning. Boeser off the wall, and there's going to be another Canucks power play with 2:44 to go in the first. Though this should last most of the first period, lest the Canucks commit a penalty, or they score. A holding penalty to Valimaki, and Valimaki, if you remember, it hit him on the goal by Virtanen. It just slightly hit his stick. So Valimaki, that happens. He's still incensed, and he's going to go to the penalty box for 2 minutes. A little bit cursing at the referee, not really liking that. The Lucipeg Jets, I think you could have got a better one with that. Speaking of that, they're the Jets, like landing crew or something. I don't know. Hughes from the slot, back to the left circle. Miller in front, tried to jostle it, and he could not get that shot to go. Maybe JT Miller should park in front. Here's Pettersson, and Boeser chases Tanev. Tanev tries to clear. That blocked in front, but then it goes to center. And shorthanded. Moving on is Lindholm. Tried to shoot that one to the corner. He did. Miller now 0 of 4 in the power play against the Flames. Boeser in alone. Rebound, and Pettersson went low, and Pettersson is slow to get up. And that was a weird 2-on-0 that just never worked for Vancouver. And, you really want to score in the power play if you're the Canucks. 1:50 left in the first period. Moving on in is Hoglander. Does not shoot. Goes to Virtanen. Back to Pearson. Because it's this early in the power play. Shot save, Markstrom. And it's cleared. Because it's this early in the power play and the first top line is still is not out there. You think that maybe with about 25 seconds left in the power play, if they don't score here, the top line might come back out. Virtanen's still at the boards, though. He hasn't gone to the bench. Virtanen's on the right side. Moving in his goal. A shot, and that one went wide. His puck luck has not been good. Over to Virtanen. There's a shot. There's a Hoglander pass up over the glove. And instead of just clearing it, the Calgary Flames are going to go shorthanded. Changes for the Canucks, changes for the Flames. So Vancouver can keep going with their power play. 20 seconds left on it. Here is Myers. Shoots it in through, and Schmidt was out there, not Hughes. Myers with it, goes to Pettersson. Pettersson, pass that off. Hit the inside of the post, might have. Back to the left side off of Boeser. Canucks keep in. Schmidt, over to Miller. Miller, and the penalty's over. Valimaki's out of the box. And he was in Myers' space, so he can now get into the play and do something about it. Shot off the point. Deflection up over. Markstrom, and the puck is kept in. Over to Myers. Less than 30 seconds left in the first period. Boeser blocked. And the Flames will get to center. Calgary makes some wagon fire changes. Demko out. Almost went in his own goal. Oh, what a bad clearing attempt. And that shot is wide. 3 chances for the Flames to score, and they didn't. He almost put the puck in his own net. Canucks clear it down, and this went out of play. What are they looking at here? Canucks are going right back on the power play after that bad power play. They're going right into the power play, which will go into the second period because of the play over to the net. But this almost went in several times, guys. That was a bad play against Demko. We didn't see it in the playoffs against Vegas, but that was a bad play against Demko. Oh, they're giving the delay of game penalty to Vancouver, to Brock Boeser. So the Flames will have a power play here. That was bad. Tied up draw. Anderson in front, and that'll end the period. So first period, as it's gloved down by Markstrom, gloved down by Demko. First period, Markstrom. First period is over. 1-0 Canucks, but they almost Well, they almost made it 2-0, but then after that, they almost had a tie game here. And they were lucky that puck was a bouncing one. Calgary going to the power play to start the second period. They are down by 1. Yet that was close. That was scary close. That was a bad pass by Demko. Usually those are the defenseman's fault. That's not their fault. That was a bad pass by Demko, but it didn't go in, so it's 1-0. All right. Once they get to the intermission, intermission show, we'll start watching. We'll start talking about predictions for tomorrow. But 3:41 to go in the first. 6 seconds remain on a 4-on-4. We're still scoreless between the Wild and the Ducks. The Blues have tied it at home against the Sharks. Tying goal is going to go to Jaden Schwartz with assists from Braden Shen and Jordan Kyrou. Third period is just about 2:56 in, 3 minutes in. Buffalo still has a 4-goal lead against Philadelphia, 4-0 against the Flyers in Philly. 50 seconds remaining in the first period. Montreal still up 1-0 off the first career goal by Romanov. It's the end of the second period, halfway in intermission between Carolina and Nashville, but the Hurricanes have 1:24 left on a power play when the third period starts on the road. And because the 4-on-4, it was a Ducks power play, and then the Ducks committed a penalty, the Wild are on a power play right now with 1:40 to go with 3:28 left in the first. That was a great game. That was a great Boston Philadelphia game. That was pretty epic. But it was funny, that game, kind of as that game went on, I thought, oh, this is going to be one of those long games. Once the third period went, and once it got to like 8 minutes left in the third period, and I started hearing how the teams were playing, I was like, this game is going to only be a 1-goal game, but this game isn't going to go to overtime. I didn't feel like it was going to go to overtime. I thought the Bruins were getting the better of the chances in the third period, but the Islanders just got a good face-off, and then it was just a point shot from Adam Pelech and just that deflection. And that's the first loss the Boston Bruins have lost in regulation. So they are now 1-1-1. That's the Boston Bruins record this season. Their one win came in a shootout against the Devils. I broadcasted that game. That was the shootout goal. Actually, excuse me. No, they're not. They are 1-1-1. Then the latter one, the one on the back, came in overtime. The overtime loss with 1:07 second left to Yegor's first goal of his career, and then the regulation loss came against the Islanders today. Although the Bruins defense, which hasn't played it hasn't played great. It's funny. Their statistics will tell you that they have played good, even though they haven't played great. They've only let up, and that's because of their good goaltending. They've only let up, what is it? Hold on. I'm just doing the math in my head right now. They've only let up 5 goals. The problem is, and shootout goals don't count, so the problem is, if you don't count shootout goals, they've only scored 3 goals. They haven't let up an amazing amount of goals, but their defensive pairings, which haven't played great, are actually playing better, and their goaltender better than their offense. They've let up 5 goals in 3 games, and they've let up 3 goals, and they've scored 3 goals, 4 if you count a shootout, but that's just a win. That's not really a goal. So it's been a weird season for Boston so far. So I had them winning the division, not winning a playoff series, but winning the division. Minute left in the first period. Wild didn't score on the power play. All right. Let's go and do some predictions. First, Pittsburgh and Washington. The Penguins got their first win of the year off a shootout goal in extras by Jake Gensel, backhander under the legs of Ilya Samsonov. Who wins? Yeah, I understand. Josh, who wins? Washington or Pittsburgh for the Penguins' fourth game of the year, second at home? Cap 7-5. Who's the goal scorer? I say Washington 4. Backstrom. Washington 4. Pittsburgh 3. Dmitry Orlov. Winnipeg against Ottawa. Really important game in Ottawa. Who wins? I say Senators 3-2 in overtime to Chuck. That's my prediction. Ottawa 3, Winnipeg 2. Philadelphia versus Buffalo tomorrow. Who wins? I say Flyers 4-0. Game-winning goal. Game-winning goal scored by, let's say, Michael Raffle. 4-0 Flyers. Game-winning goal, Michael Raffle. So tell me yours. Flyers 3-2, connect me. Okay. Chicago versus Florida. Two to 1 in a shootout, Blackhawks. Game-winning goal scored. Game-winning goal scored in the shootout by Kubalik. That's Dominic Kubalik in the shootout, 2-1, Chicago. They get their first win of the year. And I think their next game is going to be at home, I'm pretty sure, too. Yep, they get a home game against Detroit on Friday. I'll be live streaming that game. In fact, that'll be interesting. I wonder if the Devils play that night. Devils don't play. Wow. Devils don't play. Vancouver doesn't play either. So get ready for that game. Detroit, Chicago. That we'll be streaming that all night on Friday. That's going to be exciting. Florida 4-3 in overtime. Ekblad. All right, nice. All right. Let's see if I missed anything. I missed the 2 games I'm streaming tomorrow, but I'm not doing those till last. 8 o'clock, Carolina and Nashville. Who wins that game? I say 5-4 Arvidsson. So Predators win. Okay. Duchesne 6-5. All right. Colorado versus the Kings. I think this is going to be. Oh, what a game. You showed Brendan Morrison's great goal against the Calgary Flames on the in game 6. The West Coast Express, baby. That was awesome. One of my favorite goals, it wasn't the winner, but my favorite goal of that series, now that they talk about it, was I never really liked him as a player, but Matt Cook. Avs 9-2. I'm saying 5-2 Los Angeles. And it's not like a game where they dominate. It's just like they get the game winner with like 2:35 to go and 2 empty netters. Game winning goal is going to be scored by game winning goal scored by Anse Kopitar. So here's my thing. This that my favorite goal in that series was Matt Cook in game 7 where the Canucks jersey got tossed on the ice. Ginla missed the empty netter, and then Naslin went down the ice and flipped the backhander in front, and Cook deflected it in front of Kiprusoff. What a moment that was. Oh, Canucks hit the post on that, Hoglander. Didn't know that, but that was like my favorite goal, my favorite moment of the series. I know the very next goal, it took time, but the very next goal scored is the Jelena to knock us out of the playoffs, but still unbelievable. Detroit versus Columbus tomorrow. I'm saying 3-2 late in regulation, Anthony Mantha. The good thing is it's a day after it happened, so the Red Wings can figure out what they did wrong, and they can kind of and it'll be a later game. It'll be 7:30, so it won't be too early, and they can get their legs going, and they can be like, "Oh, this team played us. Remember how they played us? Remember how we turned the puck over so many times. Let's figure out how to do this." So I'm saying 3-2. It's late in the game. Might be a buzzer beater. Not sure, but it's late in regulation. Anthony Mantha to beat the Blue Jackets and go 3-2. So tell me who you're saying there for Red Wings and Blue Jackets, which I'll have some of, but not a lot of tomorrow.
He sees he's at a little bit of a disadvantage, so he kind of buys some time for his teammates. They get a couple layers at the net. He throws a shot in. I don't think Markstrom was really tracking it that well, even though it went off to Valimaki. Still great patience play by a young kid. How about you, Mo? What'd you pick up there? Because everything seemingly is going the way Vancouver.
3-0 Detroit, Larkin. I would love that. I would love that. I would love a 3-0 game. I'd love to not have to deal with all that. And even though it's not 3-0, it's not that easy, as you said, the 2 empty netters. All right. Huge rivalry tomorrow. I'm super excited. Madison Square Garden, the New Jersey Devils, and the New York Rangers. The most famous arena. Who wins that game? I'm saying 4-1 Devils. Game-winning goal, Igor again. Absolutely. Can't wait to stream that game tomorrow.
Played a little longer in Vancouver, but reside in Calgary now. So, I'm a fan of both teams. To be honest with you, like when I do follow games and I check out scores for the Flames and the Canucks. You can tell that you're trying to keep both fan bases on your side right now as well. I'm kind of like Switzerland. I'm neutral.
Good stuff. We will catch up with both of you guys in the next intermission.
So who are you picking there? I'm saying 4-1 Devils. Igor scores another big goal early in the second period. And I think Jack Hughes has a good game too. 5-1 Gusev. I love it. Nikita's awesome. Nikita's actually my favorite player on the team. I'd love to see it. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Devils-Rangers games are always awesome. I've never been to a Devils-Rangers game, but I've been to Ranger home games. I've been to a few Ranger home games. I've been to the Winter Classic with the Rangers playing. I've been to a huge amount of Devil home games, so I know the fan bases. I know the hatred you have for each other. I know a ton of Ranger fans, know a ton of Devils fans. So it's not, yeah. So I get it. Just the next step is to go to Devils playing the Rangers together in a game. All right, so that's our schedule for tomorrow. For Wednesday, we'll be doing the Canucks-Canadiens game. Thursday, I'll also be doing Devils against the Islanders and the Canadiens and the Canucks. That'll be actually an interesting one, where the Canadiens will play the Canucks at 9:30. Oh, that's actually going to be on American television for me. And, well, like not on just Canadian. It's going to be on NBCSN. So that'll be really cool to see. So that game, so tomorrow I'll have the Devils and the Red Wings, but I might end kind of early for the stream. I'm not going to go until the night because there's no Canucks game tomorrow, but it'll be on Thursday. It'll also be the Devils and the Islanders versus then the Canadiens Canucks. And then Friday, it's just going to be one game. If you're good with that, yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. On Friday, it's just going to be one game, another Titanic rivalry, Detroit and Chicago. On Saturday, let's see, Canucks Canadiens at 7 p.m. Eastern. Really interesting. And that's actually the only game I'll stream because it's going to be the only game of the three teams. Okay, Matt P. I really don't care. Sunday, Devils and Islanders as well. Who else? Red Wings Blackhawks on NBC early on Sunday. Josh, you're gonna have to get yourself up early. It's gonna be a 9 a.m. stream on. Oh, wait a minute. Sunday has the football games. Oh, that's early. That's early enough. It's hockey. I can stream that. But I might not be able to stream the Devils Islanders. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to stream the Devils Islanders game though, just because of. That's my basement. What are you talking about? Because of football. I'm not sure, though. What? I know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I'm going to mute you because you're kind of being weird. I'm sorry. I just had to. I had to time you out because you're kind of. I don't understand if you're trying to josh around or if you're what's happening. Lindholm to the boards. We started this second period. And moving over, Bennett. Here's Lindholm shooting, and that one went wide. And there's a race for the puck. Canucks shorthanded. Mott will just go to the bench. Yeah, 9 a.m. Sunday. So I'll probably do that game because I think the NFC Championship starts at 3:40. So I'll probably just have a big long stream. I'll have that game and the championship games. I'm pretty sure I'll miss the Devils game, which is fine. Markstrom out of his net. Here comes Giordano with the puck. Okay. Just send it to the Discord, Josh. Toe drag, Mangiapane down there. Yeah, if he comes back and is he's being a little weird, just do that. Over for Giordano, back to the left circle, shot there, deflected wide. Over to Giordano again to the left circle. Back for Dylan Dubé. Back over to Mangiapane, backhands in front. Roussel fell down and tried to shoot this to center. And there's going to be a penalty against Milan Lucic with the second left on the Calgary power play. So it'll be a 4-on-4 for 1 second. And then a power play for the Canucks. And that's clearly a trip by Milan Lucic, the second penalty on him for him in this game so far. So he'll go to the box. There's the face-off. One there by Hughes. Has to wait for Besser to get into the play. And now the Vancouver power play is here. Yeah, here we go. And it's cleared off the boards and sent down to Thatcher Demko. Lindholm pursues. And now they've got a chance. Short-handed shot this wide. There's a chance by Salamaki. Shot one wide as well. And this puck bounces at the boards. Moving in is Pettersson Horvat, who stops up. And played for Pettersson in the middle. Off the right wall. Try to shoot this in. Good hit by Miller. Off the boards as well. Hughes bounces this on across. Off for Horvat. Bo Horvat backhand in along. And dropped off for Horvat. Over to Hughes. Back through to Miller. And back off the right wall. And Pettersson. And off Hughes over to Miller. Back over to Horvat. Try to backhand this one to the wall. Passed in front. Almost intercepted to Bennett. Here's Miller. Hughes on the line. Miller goes over to the right circle. Pettersson shoots the puck. Try to get in front. Besser never was able to do so. This puck will be cleared all the way down to Markstrom, who's out of his net. Well, only slightly with the puck. And then banked it off to the boards. Tanner Pearson right back in there, trying to go on the forecheck. 20 seconds left on the man advantage. Hoglander also back there. Giordano to try to take it out. Flames clear. The final 10 seconds of a stagnant power play that it has been in this game and in this season. Schmidt shoots in. Hannafin didn't take a hit. Now the penalty's over. Lucic out of the box. Pass to the wall. Yeah, that's pretty bad. If you're 5 shots. Oh, that's pretty bad at all in this game. But they've had chances. There's a shot on goal. And Markstrom stops it. And Schmidt thought he had a chance there. That was Hughes spinning away from the puck to just hold on there. Myers goes to the bench. Schmidt back on the bench. I think Schmidt just went off and they put another defenseman out there. Both defensemen for the Vancouver are staring right by the bench. Here's Myers. Immediate slap shot. I guess that was a play they were designing. And that one went wide, whistled wide. And here the Canucks are breaking out of their own zone. Beagle goes to center. Beagle close to the Vancouver bench, but does not change. Myers comes in behind where Markstrom was trying to move the puck. Back on the line, here's Mott. Mott tried to backhand it in front. Here come the Flames with numbers. Monahan from the boards. Too far for Tkachuk to shoot. Tkachuk passed it off the right wall. Gaudreau to the left side. There's Anderson. Demko's in his net, and the puck went loose. There's a chance by Gaudreau, and that does not go in. Gaudreau, and behind the net, thinking about wraparound, fell down. They don't call a hook. Here's Anderson. This puck slipped by him, and they still cannot get the puck out. Went to the line. Hannafin A wrist shot and behind. Moving a Gaudreau pass. Monahan, saved by Demko. And the Flames keep it going. Here's Monahan. Dropped it off. Giordano to Gaudreau. Gaudreau off the right wall. Back to Giordano. Wrister in front. And a save made by Thatcher Demko. Flames were buzzing there, but still can't score a goal. So the Canucks maintain their 1-goal lead. That's the shot that went off of Meyer's glove and then in. And there's a chance in front. And a shot right off the face-off by Levo that is swallowed up by Demko. Also, the Sabres have scored another goal. It's 5-0 Buffalo over the Philadelphia Flyers. Michael Backlund comes out to take center, and then Lucic was doing that. There's Demko down, and he denies with the pad. Virtanen was out there as well, and Pettersson off his backhand. Got it over to Schmidt. Was skating away from Lucic. And then there was Pearson off the boards. Back over from Backlund. Backlund in front, and now Pearson with it. Tanner Pearson, and Flames will move in for more. Here's Yolovi getting away with it. Yolovi over to Pearson, and they'll pass in front for Horvat, and then off of the captain's stick and all the way down. It is going to be icing against the Flames, a rare icing in this game, and an even rarer one against Calgary. With 13:37 to go in the second period, we're going to have the face-off back in the Flames' end. Who scored for Buffalo? Sabres goals have been from Curtis Lazar. Curtis Lazar was unassisted. Sam Reinhart with assist from Taylor Hall and Jack Eichel. Sam Reinhart again with assists from Jack Eichel and Taylor Hall. Reverse set this time. Curtis Lazar with assist from Riley Sheahan and Brandon Montour. Henry Jokiharju with an assist from Eric Stahl. So 2 goals by Reinhart and 2 goals by Curtis Lazar. Nikita Nesterov gets this back in. Nesterov over to Lindholm. Frankly, I got to tell you, is this shot rifled there and it's going to be a penalty against the Canucks? I didn't even know that Nesterov was still in the league. Whack at twice on Demko, and he stops the puck as Tkachuk is reaching to grab JT Miller for some reason. They want to dance, but not going to be able to. Canucks up by a goal here in Calgary. But they're going to be shorthanded. I believe the penalty is going to go to Pettersson. Middle of the first period. 1-0 Canucks. Yep, Blues up 4-3. The go-ahead goal, I believe, was scored by the former Hurricane defenseman. What was it? Justin Falk with assists by David Perrott and Ryan O'Reilly. And that happened also with 1 minute remaining in the second period. They're going to the third period in St. Louis. Arizona Vegas should start any minute now as well. They have not dropped the puck, but they will soon. 14:37 to go in the second period. 1-0 Montreal. Yeah, Wild Ducks no score. I believe Minnesota's on a power play, though, to start the second period. Someone is. And the Flyers just scored. The Flyers just scored, but Buffalo actually was on a major power play, like one of those 5-minute power plays for some reason. But Philly scores their first goal of the game shorthanded with 3:40 to go. Goal is going to be to Nick Aube-Kubel, an unassisted goal. So the first of the game for the Flyers, no shutout. Or not halfway in, actually, for the Canucks Flames. It's 12:53 left. 17:30 in the second yet. No score, Wild Ducks. 4-3 Blues. It's 16:30 left in the third now, actually. 4-3 St. Louis. 1:39 left in the third period between Buffalo and Philly. 1-0 Montreal with 13:49 left in the second. That game's still going on. Wow, third period has come through, and Carolina scored 2 straight with goals by Vincent Trocheck and Sebastian Aho. Trocheck goals unassisted, another unassisted one, and Aho assists by Svechnikov and Jake Gardner. Here's Anderson, passes it off. Calgary, no one has scored on the power play today. They've had a few chances for both teams. Here's Anderson, over to Lash Lindholm. Lindholm back in, they try to stuff, won't go. Lindholm, off the boards to Anderson. Anderson, Lindholm, dropped it a little bit. Edler went down, and then Edler banks off the boards. Veteran move, off the boards, off the glass, and all the way to his former teammate, Markstrom. Wow. Another goal by the Sabres, just like that on the power play. Also, the Sharks have tied it. Logan Couture, as the Flames to Chuck had a chance on goal, and it never went through. Logan Couture from LeBanc and Shemek, his first NHL point, have made it a 4-4 game. And then you said 6-1. 6-1 Buffalo Sabres with 1:39 left in the third. Wow. Here's a shot in front, and that was Giordano, could not get it through. 49 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Here's Giordano. Giordano up with it, goes to the boards. Giordano to Chuck. In the middle, to Gaudreau. Tried to go to Chuck and could not. To Chuck. Gaudreau. Gaudreau holds. Johnny Gaudreau with it. Gaudreau. Sutter was there. Now Gaudreau. To Giordano. To Chuck, and a save by Demko. To Chuck, battled off the board. Giordano keeps in. 14 seconds left in the power play. A save by Demko that he saw the whole shot go through in 13 seconds left in the man advantage. The Canucks bar the door. That was what happened there. Also, the game's gone final in Philadelphia. Buffalo Sabres 6. Philadelphia Flyers 1. Over to Andrew Mangiapane. Pass off the left wall. Controls. Curtis Lazar pass and a tip in front that never went through. Back to Lazar. Penalty's over. Pettersson is out of the box, and he finally comes into the play. There's a shot by Lindholm that missed the puck, and here's Pettersson with a big hit on Nikita Nesterov, I believe. Hamonic shoots out against his former team. Back at center. And shot off the boards, Lucic and Miller chase. Back for JT Miller. Miller, a backdoor pass at the right wall. And falling down. They've got a chance. A 2-on-0. Holds. Pass in front. Missed the net. And Demko has his goalie stick behind the goal. So he has no stick. Canucks have to get this out so Demko can go get it. Puck is at center. I assume Thatcher Demko went to go get his stick. He probably did now. Minnesota to the power play. Wow. Myers back across at center. Wow, 2-0 for Calgary. How about that? 2-0 for Vancouver, 2-0 for Calgary. Still nobody was able to score. Here's Hughes. Backed it off to Myers. That drop pass always confuses me there. Hoglander over to Horvat. Horvat backdoor backhand pass into the Calgary zone. Anderson with a good presence there. And a pass in front. And there is a check on Anderson by Ulovi. Tkachuk takes a hit from Ulovi and then goes to Lindholm, still on his feet, though. That's how powerful a man Tkachuk is. Here's Lindholm, and the referee says that he's onside. Here's Tkachuk, holding. Tkachuk blocked off his stick. Calgary keeps it in. Shot by Giordano, pass in front Puck loose, and Calgary's been playing better in the second period. Mangiapane off the boards. 8:53 to go in the second. Calgary down by 1. Pass in front to Chuck. Demko's out of the net. And he stopped the puck. And now he got punches thrown. Pearson is trying to get to Lindholm because Pearson thought that he ran his goalie. And another Calgary Flame, Mangiapane, was trying to rip the helmet off Tanner Pearson, who's got it on now. So the Flames have been buzzing here at that 2-on-0 that just whiffed the goalie stick, but never got to Thatcher Demko. Now we're a little more than midway through the period, and it's still 1-0 Vancouver Canucks. Yeah, 3-2 Nashville on 3-2, and on the power play, and Nashville just scored Arvidsson. So Predators are on the power play, and they trail by 1 at home against the Hurricanes, and still 3-2. Power play went away. I'm not sure what happened. 10:16 left in the second. It's still 1-0 Montreal. Yep. 1-0 still Vancouver. 13:43 in the second. We're still tied in Anaheim. 12:45 in the third. Still tied at 4 between the Sharks and the Blues. I don't know what's happening, but I was wondering why the Coyotes Vegas has not started yet. The Buffalo game, for some reason, took a little bit, even though it was a 6-1 blowout. So, since it's what they call the MLK Marathon, the Martin Luther King Jr. Day, their coverage is still, their post-game coverage is taking a long time or whatever in Philadelphia. So, the referees have not dropped the puck because the NBCSN crew is not ready to broadcast the Vegas Arizona game. The AT&T Vegas is ready. Fox Sports Arizona is ready, but not NBCSN. That's why that game has not dropped the puck yet, even though it was slated to do so 19 minutes ago. Icing against Calgary. I think they're just about to drop the puck now in that game. The closest game to ending right now is Carolina-Nashville. Thrown over to center. And there's Gaudreau at center. Johnny Gaudreau. 17 shots by Vancouver, 17 shots by Calgary. Edler behind his net, takes a hit. Here's Monahan off the right circle. Back off the left wall. Do you like the Flames because you've always liked their players, or do you like them because, because you've lived in Calgary, or maybe a little bit of both? Gaudreau in front, score. Inside. Johnny Gaudreau a tip, and the game is tied. Vancouver just couldn't have got it out. Bad turnover. And finally, as Gaudreau circles, it burns the Canucks. So we have a tie game now on the second period. So I was just there for Calgary to tie it. Shipping to Boston being played. I'm shipping to Boston being played in Calgary right now, and it was shipping to South Jersey, though, as Johnny Gaudreau scores his first goal of the season. And he tried to get a breakaway pass that's taken away by JT Miller, who shoots in. Besser and Tkachuk fight for the puck. Remember, it's the turnover in the Vancouver end that led to that Gaudreau goal. Although Gaudreau did good job on his forecheck as well. Pettersson hauls down Mangiapane. 7:17 left in the second period, and moving in is Mangiapane. Holds on for Lindholm, blocked. Good block and a good pass by Miller, who almost went down. JT Miller sidesteps Mangiapane. Or not Mangiapane, Lindholm. Lindholm backhands it off the wall. Hanifin shoots in, and he goes for a change. A lot of players, new players coming on the ice, including Michael Backlund for Calgary. Hughes behind his goal. Yeah, please let's do that for Vancouver. And it was a delayed offside against the Canucks. Flames will bring it up. Backlund moved over for Lucic. Puck is jostling. It's loose again. Score. Michael Backlund, and that's what happens when there are... Nope, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's what happens when there are too many fresh legs, and Vancouver makes a bad turnover, and the Flames convert 2-1. So now the Canucks trail for the first time today. Don't want to go 1-3 in this season. You want to do something here. Here in the Vancouver end. Back off of Backlund, and it comes into the flame zone, and an icing as Giordano touches coming up against the Canucks with 6:08 to play in the second. And then that was the jam play. Then Backlund just had so much space to go and fire this puck. Blues score. Wow. 9:01 left. Who's the guy to score this goal? Jordan Kyrou, who had an assist in that game. Who has an assist in the game. So that's your go-ahead goal right now. Remember, they were trailing 2-0 and I think 3-2 at one point. Puck off the line. Canucks move it up. Here's Horvat. Horvat trying to get his team to retake the lead. There's a good hit off where Hoglander was. Puck thrown in front. There's Gaudreau. Gaudreau on the brakes. Gaudreau pass in front, intercepted. Here's Schmidt, goes to Mott. Mott holds on. Mott goes to Schmidt. Beagle behind the goal. Beagle just passing the line. Schmidt, deflection. Off of a Canuck. Calgary goes to center. Battle in Western Canada between Calgary and Vancouver. Here's Roussel shooting in. And a good hit on Anderson. And there's Hughes. And penalty against the Canucks? Gaudette to the box. The Flames to the power play. A cross-checking call as he hit Hanifin, and that's a bad call. But the Flames are going to the power play up 2-1. .3:13 left in the third. I believe, still. 3:05 left in the third now, with the Hurricanes up by a goal.
What do you see? I see a goal. It's a goal. And you? Safe. That's a save. No doubt about it. Are you sure? For sure. Yeah. Good job. Big job. This is clear as day. Welcome to the Disney Bundle, where Disney Plus and ESPN Plus are your life. Hulu originals, Disney hits, with Disney and Plus. Only $12.99 a month. Goals a minute 25 apart. All of a sudden, the Flames find themselves up by 1-1. They'll start Johnny Gaudreau. Here we go. Monahan goes short side on Demko, 1-1. And then a minute 25 later,
So,
from the slot. Third knocker of the game for Calgary, over 2.
sorry if you heard something. There we go. Face off now. And there's a pass off the boards and still controlled as it's cleared down. It's controlled to center. Calgary Flames moving it here. Gaudreau and then back to Anderson by the bench. Anderson and then over to Lindholm. And Gaudreau and a save made by Demko. And now Roussel is going to grab a Calgary player, not see who that was, to Chuck. It's not a great thing to do here because, number one, you don't want to make a penalty. And number two, you're not Zach Cashin. You don't. Chuck's a big guy. He can throw haymakers. So this is the pass that we might have hit Travis Hamonic right there. And now there's a push at the circle. Off the face-off. Right for Backlund. Backlund off the right circle. Backlund still controlling that, blocked in around. Flames try to push this in again. Backlund still. Flames in their own zone. In the Canucks zone, 35 seconds left, shorthanded. Here comes Vancouver. Mott holds, shoots wide. Mott off the left wall, and he's clobbered there. Lucic at the boards. Flames control. Then Lucic dumped over there. Puck still off the right wall. Canucks to center. And penalties over. Giordano in his own end. 2:35 left in the second. Giordano out of his own end. Still. That's a high puck It goes to Monahan. Monahan, who takes a hit. And here come the Canucks. And that's Edler trying to pass it in front. Back past Miller. Puck is bouncing to the boards. And it comes to center. Here's Monahan. Back down off the boards. Good pass over. Hughes, Besser. Besser holding, shooting, deflected wide. And Besser with a huge hit on the boards. Tanev is bumping Besser. And controlled off the boards. There's Monahan again. Puck clean play to center. And back off to Monahan. Who are they calling this on now? Not sure. They're calling Pettersson for high sticking. Pass over to Lindholm off the right circle. Back to Anderson. Went by one. Left circle. Held. Lindholm. Pass in front. Deflected wide. And I know I'm being a sore loser. I don't know why the Canucks are shorthanded on this right now. I don't understand it. Back off from Anderson. Lindholm. They try to wrap it in. Could not. Monahan. Puck loose in front. Being behind. 1:12 in the second period. And Anderson shoots, save by Demko. And now Myers takes to... Oh, no. Myers just punched Tkachuk in the face. Myers just punched Tkachuk in the face, and the referee immediately pointed to Tyler Myers and pointed outwards. I don't know if this is 10-minute misconduct. I don't know if he kicked him out of the game. I don't know what this is, but Tyler Myers is just really incensed at how his team has not been able to play here, and he just punched Tkachuk right in the face, and that might have been from before. Well, also Tkachuk, well, you know what? Tkachuk just put his stick right at Demko, trying to deflect the shot. I don't know, man. I don't know. So another 2-minute call. So I don't know what to think here. 2-minute advantage, 5-on-3 for 1:13. We're going to have a 5-on-3 coming up into the third period, which isn't good. Monahan to the left circle. They play catch over to Anderson. There's a shot. Deflected wide. Flames steal the puck. Gaudreau whiffed it wide. Over to center. 50 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Gaudreau. Pass this off. Lindholm. How is this not offside? Because Lindholm was clearly going there. Anderson to the left circle. Try to go to Gaudreau. Too far. Puck is dumped all the way down to Markstrom. Anderson goes to go grab it. Puck loose to Gaudreau. Gaudreau, shot by Anderson, fell down, and that went one wide, and they said no goal. Meant to hit the post. There's another shot score. Lindholm, 3-1. Calgary. So Tkachuk was in front. It's a pretty bad period for Vancouver, and it's over. Calgary scores 3 straight in the period. 3-1 is the score. I think it's going to be a 5-on-4 to start the third period. They score late in the second, and they have a 2-goal lead.
But here's the best part. Bet365 is now available in New Jersey.
So, second intermission, hopefully the Canucks.
To the 46 million Americans with college credits but no degree, it's time to take charge of your story. At Maryville University, we would help you bravely power your career and our nation's future. We design our degrees with input from top employers, so you can learn the most in-demand skills and prepare for tomorrow's careers. There are no application fees, no entrance exams, and you can get credit for courses you've already completed. Let's be great together. Learn more at maryville.edu/degrees.
So, Canucks have to get some magic out here because you know what though? Let's think about it. I know you like Calgary, but let's think about it, Josh, right? It's the second period. It's Vancouver and the Flames, and it's in the Saddle Dome. We've seen this before, haven't we? This isn't new. No way. Sorry, Flames fans. This is not new. This always happens. Calgary always has these problems, specifically in this period, with having leads that dissipate for no reason, specifically in the penalty box. This is not new. Vancouver does these things. You know what I mean, Josh? Like, this isn't anything really that we haven't seen before, especially if you're a Vancouver Canucks fan.
Including a buzzer beater from Elias Lindholm. Matthew Tkachuk yesterday, he said Lindholm is one of the best goal scorers in the league, and we're going to find that out this year. Obi Armstrong.
Oh, and I just said it was a buzzer beater by Lindholm. Wasn't a buzzer beater. It had like 5 seconds on the clock. McDavid scored later against... Who did they play? No, it was Vancouver. Yeah, it was Vancouver. All right, let's take a look at the other NHL scores to relieve my depression.
Jets lead second period, Toronto power play. John Tavares, what a good start to the season he's had. That makes it 1-0 Toronto with the power play goal. His third of
57 seconds on the power play, guys, if anyone's wondering.
one-timer. It's stop it. Mitch Marner tips it in, and the Leafs win 3-1 because Mitch Marner also
2 minutes remaining on the power play for the Wild against the Ducks. Well, they just started the power play. 2:13 to go in the second. Blues win. That's the game winner. Blues beat the Sharks. Hurricanes win 4-2 over the Predators. 8:41 left in the first. 1-0 Coyotes. They're down a shot, though, on the shots on goal. The closest. Are we the closest game to ending? Yeah. How about that? This is the closest game to ending that's still going on. Everything else is over or behind this game. So when this game ends, this will be the closest game right now to ending. Since it's second intermission, I want to wait and I want to actually get something. Just give me a second.
Sabres win their first of the season, 6-1. Well, 63 years ago today, Willie O'Ree made history as the first black player in NHL history. His jersey is going to be retired later this season, and today on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, the players honoring the legend. Third period, no score, point shot is deflected. Jean-Gabriel Pajot, did you play slow pitch with him too, Colby?
No, I'm not going to claim that one. I'm not going to claim that one. Okay, 8 point goal. Very influential.
Scotiabank Wednesday night hockey. I don't know how many times we're going to say rivalries this season. Probably a lot. And rivalry renewed between the Oilers and Leafs as the Hats, they face off against the Vancouver Canucks, who cannot solve the Calgary Flames right now. Johnny Gaudreau, he had a goal. Michael Backlund had this one. And then the buzzer beater as the Flames up 3-1.
Welcome to Bet365, the world's favorite sports book. You can bet on football, basketball, baseball, hockey, MMA, and soccer. You can even make a bet while the game is still being played. Yes, you can. But here's the best part. Bet365 is now available in New Jersey.
What makes Picatinny Federal Credit Union different than a bank? Free checking with no minimum balance, free access to more than 55,000 surcharge-free ATMs, and a flat fee mortgage program that can save you thousands. Looking for convenience? Well, you got it. Bank online or use our mobile app with check deposit. Not a member? If you live, work, worship, or attend school in Morris County, you can open an account today.
They're the team everybody loves. If you haven't already heard it, the team at NHL Network with a lineup that's got every hockey fan shouting. It all begins with NHL Now setting up the day with news and buzz.
I would be surprised.
Followed by live look-ins and breakdowns on NHL Tonight. The big picture perspective. Then on the fly wraps up the night with all the highlights and news.
Every game and every point matters.
The championship team is here all season long on NHL Network.
Posted in the glove of Locke. And stays on it. Anderson.
Phenomenal save by Anderson. That was picture perfect. Backdoor.
Story gets across. It's a spectacular fashion.
All right, I'm back. I just had to get some stuff. All right, I'm back. Just give me a second. They will have the Blues come back this year. Well, I mean, we're not worst in the league. We're just having bad and out of every team in the entire league, and we're in the Canadian division in the West. There's no two teams in the league that know the Canucks better than the teams that we've just played. There's not a single team in the where is that? There's not a single team in the league that knows the Vancouver Canucks better than Calgary and Edmonton, specifically Calgary. So we just have to find a way to get some wins. Good thing is we play Montreal, who we're going to play a lot this season, but they don't know us that well. They usually play well against us too, but
He sure did. During that shift, Calgary had pucks in deep and created some offense from behind the goal line. They had a couple good looks from the slot, and were able to get some sustained pressure, which they were able to turn into some goals a little bit later. But it was a great shift with the turnaround shift, and I think after this period, Vancouver is lucky to only be down by one.
What'd you think up there, Mo?
Well, you mentioned it's a tale of two games. We shot 20-3 on that period.
I was just waiting for us to get back to the third period with Vancouver down by 2.
This is one for both again. We heard it in the bowl. I don't know what was heard on television, but we heard the ref scolding Elias Pettersson when he went to the box. He said, "I'm going to suggest that you sit down." Were you verbal with the stripes at all, Mo, or were you just kind of quiet, easy going? And I know Troy, he was a pain in the ear.
Yeah, he was always causing trouble in there. But, to be honest with you, I would try and talk to the linesmen more than the referee, simply because I was a centerman, and I wanted to try and get any advantage I could in the face-off circle. When you're nice to these guys, sometimes, hey, they give you an edge in where you want to put the puck on particular draws. So, I think it comes back to you.
Troy, did you walk the line or did you cross it sometime?
I tended to cross it the majority of the time. I got quite a few sportsmanlike penalties as a result of it, but it was just due to my passion for the game and wanting to win and being so competitive that you talk to the refs as much as you can, but it's a game where emotions play into it and you're going to get frustrated.
Rasmus Anderson, we've talked to him, we've been talking about him, but the way he is gaining the zone, it just seems like that's becoming a thing where we're not talking about having troubles gaining the zone. He's doing it seamlessly.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I noticed with him over the past couple of games, and the fact that when he brings the puck up on the power play, he really drives past that first forechecker. It makes those guys in the secondary make a decision whether they want to hold that blue line or whether they're going to have to gap up. This one, he decides to move it forward, and there's not a ton that comes out of it, but it just makes that penalty kill second guess what they're doing, and they're just unsure. And once in a while, you're going to get a great opportunity. They almost
Still waiting. Here, and hopefully we'll see if the Vancouver Canucks can come back in the second period, down by 2. Third period, down by 2.
Right? I mean, there's so much skill in today's game. Guys want to beat you once and twice, but this is just an old school. Move the puck, move your feet, get the open ice. Ron makes a nice pass and toss it back in there.
The other thing that I love about that goal as well is Simone goes to the net, takes Schmidt's stick out of the way, and there's no possible chance to defend that play.
And you wanted to point out some of the hard work going on on that third goal. I mean, Michael Backlund's in the right spot, but really, it was the big man.
Yeah, I love the big Luch out there, and he's doing his job. He very easily could have drifted behind the net and made it so that there was no opportunity for that second and third chances in front, but instead he cuts his rope in front of the net, was able to have a couple digs at the puck, and eventually it pops out with the Backlund who scores the goal.
Brendan, did you want to tag that?
Well, I think all three goals there, you see a trend. There's traffic in front of the net, right? Every goal, even that cross-seam pass that Guido makes to Lindholm, it's a bang-bang skill play, but there's somebody in front of the net, right on top of the crease, and the other two goals, same thing.
Ducks have been on the road a while. This will be the fourth game before they head home, but we have still got a third period to go. Should be a good one. One game to the lead over the Canucks after 40 minutes. Third period around the corner. Stay with us.
You want to bet on live sports?
You place that.
Betting on 2 yourself at Bet365, the world's favorite sportsbook.
It's an own goal. Oh my goodness! I mean, he shot it in. And the silence to the crowd. Look at that! I love it.
What do you see? I see a goal. It's a goal. A show. And you? Safe. That's a safe. No doubt about it. Are you sure? Okay.
Still waiting here. And soon we'll be back.
These are the numbers that are retired. Really, Reese, number 20, will be retired next month. And it's just that decal on the back of the team's helmet. Celebrating.
All right, here we go. We are back in Calgary. So that was the first game of the season to Winnipeg, and in Winnipeg, and the Jets scored a game-winning overtime goal by Patrick Laine and a goal that Markstrom should have had. Flown over to Anderson. Anderson to Gaudreau, and almost intercepted by the Canucks. And passed over into the Vancouver end. Down to the back end off the line, Gaudreau. Past the right side, Monahan. This one missed the net. Canucks are down by 2, and this power play for Calgary has 13 seconds left in it. Gaudreau right down the middle. Gaudreau holds, pass in front, and that deflected wide. Here comes Sutter. Sutter around the line, and the penalty is killed off. That in front for Markstrom, and was not able to stuff it home. Here's Backlund. He scored the goal to make it 2-1, the go-ahead for Calgary. Passed off the line. Controlling it is Milan Lucic. And this puck goes all the way in, and I think Tanev wanted to change, but he can't now because he has to go collect. Miller chases Tanev. Back off the line, that was Giordano, and then Backlund trying to chase him. Canucks shoot in, and they change. Nikita Nesterov tried to get it to Lucic. Did not work. There is Demko. Stolen away from him. Demko has to get back in net. There's a shot blocked in front. And Demko actually made a great play there to stop Valimaki. Demko almost gave it away, but then he came back in goal and made a tremendous stop. This is a Gaudreau pass that just... The centering, it didn't work because the stick was in the lane of Anderson. And then there was Thatcher Demko in the middle, stopping the puck. Back off the line, off the boards. Flames intercept and shot in. Taken there by Edler. Edler bounced in by Valimaki. Tries to go to Mangiapane. And then back in front, could not get it. Here's Valimaki again. Valimaki, a pass in front. Deflected off the stick and flown out to center. Valimaki backhander taken by Niels Hoglander. Hoglander steps around Valimaki and goes down. Hoglander backhand to the point. Taken by Travis Hamonic. Tries to push in front. Markstrom's glove is down and the puck is not in the goal. So a game, the main game on Sportsnet tomorrow, just so you know, I know Josh because you watch in Canada, will be in Pittsburgh between the Capitals and the Penguins, but you will not be watching that, I would not think. New Jersey and New York would be the game that you would be paying attention to, as we will as well, and then Detroit and Columbus after that. Backed it over to Hamonic, and then flown out just like that. Backed it off again from where Hamonic was. And there's a chance on Demko that just never went through. And it goes up and out of play. Off the circle, Canucks trying to get it out. Punched into the Calgary zone. Pettersson tries to take away from Markstrom. Just could not there. Miller with a hit off the boards. Flames control in home to Chuck. Blocked. Another shot. Blocked. Puck is loose. Besser has it. Backhands off the boards. And still control that centering pass. To Chuck. Harassed by Besser. Besser a backhander off the boards as well. And bouncing high. Taken by Tkachuk. He shoots in. Here's Demko. And try to slot that one for Pearson. Backed it off for Nesterov. Over to Backlund. Backlund with the puck. Still controlling. And Pearson will take it away. Pearson, a slot area presence pass. That never went through. Here's Hoglander and Kalamaki. Over to Backlund. Backlund, the clean pass, goes to Lucic. Milan Lucic hit there. And Anton Roussel with the puck. Backhands it over to Edler. Edler thrown to center. And then right down there off the boards. Still shot on goal. Never went through. Hughes passed on the right side. There's another shot. This one in front. Never was able to get on a cross. Canucks not able to really get in front and get those big shots and good chances they were able to get in the first game. All these shots that they've gotten have been shots on the point. Saved by Demko. And look at that. Another Canuck going to the penalty box with 15:01 to go. Or, you know, it's going to be against the Canucks. It's going to be against Anton Roussel with 15:01 to go. 2 minutes for tripping against Roussel. The Flames back to the power play. They scored 1 goal on the power play. That was the last one by Lindholm. Monahan, and that's Edler trying to chop this out. He will finally get the puck out of the zone. Puck off to the right wall. Here's Gaudreau. Johnny Gaudreau, and then it's Anderson. Anderson fought it away. Here's Gaudreau with speed, and then back to the line. Over to Anderson. Anderson to Monahan. Monahan to Anderson. Anderson, a shot that hit the glass, and the Canucks clear. 1:20 remaining in the power play. Yeah, we absolutely do. Josh, you're right. Anderson controlling. To center. And backs it off to Gaudreau. To Monahan. Off the right circle. Shot in there wide. Might have gotten blocked in front too. Anderson over to Monahan. Monahan to Anderson. Anderson looking for the puck. There's a shot. There's a rebound. Jostling up high and a good hit by Sutter. Gaudreau cannot keep this puck in. 35 seconds remain on the power play. 13:32 to go in the third period. Here's Backlund. Off the boards and a hit by Lucic on Edler. And a pass in front for Giordano. Score. 4-1 Calgary. And they may be pulling Debo now. Because Giordano had all of the time to tee this up, and he let it blast. As Backlund came into the offensive zone, and the hit by Lucic on Edler, and then Giordano just teed it up, Nicholas Lidstrom style, and blasted it right through the goalie. And that's just a power one-timer. I mean, if it wasn't Calgary, if it was Vancouver on that side, that'd be an awesome goal. I think Braden's playing on Wednesday. I think that's why he's not playing. So it's Calgary up 4-1. And Vancouver was in control for most of this game. And it's kind of ended up like the Detroit game. The other team finds their legs and you do some stupid things. In Detroit, way too many turnovers. Not a ton of penalties taken. In Vancouver, the Canucks have not turned the puck over that much, but they've taken way too many stupid penalties. And I think that's the second power play goal for Calgary in this game. Also, remember, Vancouver had a 2-on-0 that just never went through. Myers shoots in. The Canucks need offense, and they need it now. Moving in, Pearson shoots wide. Also, the Canucks power play has been very bad. 12:19 to go. The Canucks are now down by 3 thanks to a Giordano slap shot. Canucks are reeling.
If you haven't joined the world's favorite sports book, you need to ask yourself, why am I not a member of the world's favorite sports book? At last count, we had over 45 million members worldwide.
Let's take a look.
Now and see for yourself why Bet365 is the world's number one.
Certainly a weird situation here.
A celebration. Is this disturbing? Is it complimentary? How would you describe this?
You gotta be lucky to be good and good to be lucky. Hey, Miracle. Wow, that took the row. A little shot for anybody? Norwegian with a little header action. Faces a shot, makes the save, keeps the puck over. You just got a National Hockey League victory. Oh, man, look at that reaction.
The team everybody loves.
the team at NHL Network. Catch up with the news of the day on NHL Now. Get instant analysis with NHL Tonight. Top it off with On the Fly.
Every game matters.
All season long on NHL Network. Welcome to the Disney Bundle, where Disney Plus, Hulu, and
So,
Plus come to life on all your screens.
still waiting now.
Must-see sports with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Get the Disney Bundle for only $12.99 a month.
Flames in the third period normally would be rocking in the dome, but what about the little dome, the mini dome? This is Greg Thompson's family just outside of Olds, Alberta, and yes, that is the best basement bar / mini dome there is. The kids are just skating around and got to be enjoying this one tonight. Great to see Flames fans enjoying a big win, big lead rather here in the third period.
What would you have done to have a home you right? I love playing mini sticks with my brother in the hall.
Off the boards, Lucic. Push this in. Canucks really got to get something going here. Shot it in the off the circle. This team was one of the teams, maybe not Stanley Cup, but expected to make the playoffs, a long playoff run. I thought that this Canuck team would win the division, and they had a good game one, and they have not looked good since. They will finally be heading home, though, on Wednesday. Maybe home ice. They haven't had it for so long. They'll be back in Vancouver, and it'll be great for the Canucks and their fans. Hopefully, they can do some great things against Montreal. But right now, it's looked like it would be a nice win for them, and it has not happened that way. Off the boards, Canucks, Flames take it back, and the Canucks had some room in the Calgary end. Shot it off the boards there. Backed into the middle. Here's Tyler Myers. Myers fanned on a shot. Like, what was that? He tried to pass it over the middle, and he just fanned on it. Here, backhands through for Besser. Off the board still. Canucks try to move it. Slap shot off the boards by Besser. Off there by Anderson. Off again for Virtanen. He scored the only goal for the Canucks. They were up 1-0. Good hit behind the goal. Kicked away Mott. Puck is still loose. It's going to come to the boards, and the Flames will center pass off for where Monahan was. And there's a pass over there that just went nowhere. That the Flames would have had a chance. Calgary in their own end, try to get to center. Intercepted. And that was the guy who has had terrible puck luck. Godet. And 8.5 minutes left as Markstrom gloves it down. The Flames are up 4-1. And the Canucks are just not finding a way here, down 3 goals midway through the third period. Or let's check the other NHL games that will end after this one ends.
You can even make a bet while the game is still being played.
14:43 left in the third. The Ducks are up 1-0 against the Wild, even though the Wild have played the better game. Nicholas Desjardins with assists by Shattenkirk and Rowney. A 4-on-4, 13 seconds left in near the end of the first intermission. 3:42 left in the first intermission. 1-0 still Coyotes. That goal, Tyler Pitlick, the former Flyer, unassisted. And 11:29 left in the third. 2-0 Canadians. They get a goal by Shea Weber, the second one. Nick Suzuki, Tyler Toffoli assists for a Canuck there. And the go-ahead goal is Romanov still, though.
I see a goal. It's a goal. Show. And you? That's a save. No doubt about it. Are you sure? For sure. You don't see it? NHL Tonight on NHL Network. Clear as day.
Anniversary of sorts. 7 years ago, this took place.
7 years ago to this day, unbelievable, was the line brawl with John Tortorella to the locker room and all that between the Calgary Flames. And, he was in the right because it was the whole thing with the putting a fourth line, the 2 fourth lines fighting each other, and that was a great moment. But it was a 14 game suspension. It was a great moment for like old time hockey for the rivalry, but it wasn't a really good moment for the league because they looked goonish again. Good hit by the boards. Canucks intercept. Moving for some room. Here comes Besser. Besser moving, Hoglander. Hoglander passed in front, intercepted by Calgary. This continues these turnovers. Gaudreau in a break. Penalty coming up, and probably not a penalty shot. There was a penalty shot in the Detroit game earlier. That was Seth Jones, who got stopped with the stick by Grace in that game. Backhands off the line and controlled off the left wall to Chuck. Holds, pass to the slot. Shot. Save Demko. And this will be a power play, I believe, as the goalie stick got dropped again with 7:31 to go. And this, I believe, is on Hughes for a trip. As Gaudreau went to the races and he had so much space, there was Hughes, him getting frustrated. And because he wasn't close enough to the goalie, it will be a power play, not a penalty shot. I don't care that there's 7:31 left in the game. If Calgary scores in the power play, bring Holtby in. Good hit right off the corner. They try to control. Giordano. Not there yet. Here's Giordano again. Back for Bennett. Try to go to Bennett again. Bennett still fighting off a hit. And then right past Giordano's stick and at the Flames bench. Here's Backlund. And intercepted. Tyler Myers. Might have a 2-on-1. Myers holds. Shot. Score! Roussel in front. The Canucks have life. With, I think, like 7:30 and change. And it is 4-2 Vancouver Canucks. 4-2 Calgary. Canucks down by 2. So Myers put this through. Let's see who'll get the goal. It's a pass off the stick. Hey, this is going to be Tyler Myers' goal because this went off the goaltender. Tyler Myers' first goal of the season. I don't think it's first ever Vancouver goal, but his first goal of the season. And now Calgary is only up by 2. Vancouver only down by 2 now. Yeah, it's a short. Yeah, that's right. You're right. I didn't even notice that. That's a shorthanded goal by Tyler Myers. I don't care that it went off of Markstrom. Who would have thought that? Anderson went over to Tkachuk. 6 minutes remaining in the third period. So that means now the Lindholm goal with 5 seconds left in the second period is the go-ahead goal. Since it wiped off the snipe to make it 2-1. Pass in front! Bennett! No! And a good hit off the boards. Mangiapane. And now that Calgary Flames are going to do a kind of run clock. Can't really do it the way like NFL teams, but they still can find a way to kind of work that through. Passed over. Canucks working speed. Dumped in. And it's Hughes against 3 big Calgary players to try to chase the play. Hughes will go to the bench, and this puck comes to Demko. Alex Edler. With the puck, and then there was Miller in front. Miller banked off the boards. Calgary is offside. Backlund. About 5:30 left in the third period. It's 4-2 now.
To support a strong immune system, your body needs routine. Centrum helps your immune defenses every day with vitamins C, D, and zinc. Season after season. Ace your immune support with Centrum.
Save by Anderson. That was picture perfect. Backdoor pass. And Charlie gets across. It's spectacular fashion. What do you see? I see a goal. It's a goal. Crowd show. And you? Safe. That's a safe. No doubt about it. Are you sure? For sure. You don't see it? NHL Tonight on NHL Network. This is clear as day. They're the team everybody loves. The team at NHL Network. Catch up with the news of the day on NHL Now. Get instant analysis with NHL Tonight. Top it off with On the Fly.
Every game matters.
All season long on NHL Network. Welcome to the Disney Bundle, where Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus come to life on all your screens. Hulu originals, Disney hits, and must-see sports. With Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, get the Disney Bundle for only $12.99 a month.
So, Sportsbook in Colorado and LA. I like how they announce what's going to be tomorrow. I'm still in a bad mood about this game, but hopefully the Canucks can come back and do something. Oh, Mitchell, are you a Canucks fan or a Calgary Flames fan? Who's your team? Because the Edmonton game going on right now with Montreal. Yeah, so who's your team, Mitchell? Every time I get a new person, you're going to ask them. We did that with a Columbus Blue Jackets fan. Why is there an empty net? All right, the Canucks have just put on a 6-on-5. Travis Green, this is pretty late. But if you remember a few years ago when the Colorado Avalanche really struggled, Patrick Waugh used to do that a ton of times. In fact, there was one game where he pulled his net against Detroit, like one with 8 minutes to go, and again with like 6. Here is Miller to the front of the net, and he cannot pile drive that in. Myers has a goal in this game. He's on the blue line. Try to step this through Hughes off the left circle. Backdoor to Hughes. Backhands it in front, or they would have a breakaway for an empty net. Calgary would have. Miller to Myers. To Miller. Myers to Miller. Miller has Hughes. Will go there. Hughes shoots and goal. And they can't get the deflection in front. A big hit. Pettersson hit by Lindholm, who has the go-ahead goal in this game. 3:44 to go in the third period. Flames cannot get the puck out. Myers was there. Myers backhands it to Hughes, who has to retreat to center. Demko does not get back on the ice. The net is still empty in the Canuck end. Yeah, Oilers, I don't know. Oilers have been inconsistent like they always are. Backlund torn away from him. Here's Tanev. Hughes and Tanev. Wow, the two battling against each other. That's kind of weird to say. Tanev back off the boards. Mangiapane pitched in. Mangiapane just slammed down a Vancouver player. Miller is yelling that there should be a penalty. There will be a penalty. So there could be a 6-on-4 with 3:04 to go in the third period. You definitely know that Demko won't be on the ice in this right now, as Mangiapane goes for a penalized for checking. This puck hit the post, guys. I didn't see that. That puck hit the post. So Mangiapane trips. Is that Pettersson? Yeah. So it's a 6-on-4 for the Canucks. Should be a 6-on-4. I would think if you're Travis Green, I would call a timeout here. He does. They say he'd call a timeout because you got a 6-on-4 for a power play. Now, remember, they can clear the puck down and ice it as many times as they want because they're shorthanded for as long as they want. So they can shoot for the empty net as many times as they want, not get penalized for it. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would have thought of calling a timeout as well. That was a good. You picked the perfect time to call a timeout. So I see an Edler with gray hair. This is crazy. Horvat, Besser, Pettersson, Pearson, Hughes. They said a lot of people. I didn't read exactly who it was. Face-off win, I believe, by Vancouver, but Calgary will shoot down, and it's going to be a clear, but not an icing, again, because what we said. 2:49 left in the clock, 1:45 left in the power play. Shot in by Pettersson, Markstrom out of the net. Vancouver's had a terrible power play this game. They've got to make it better. Cleared again. Where does this puck go? Behind. Here's Hughes. Now, they can't clear all the time and get icing because I think it was about minute 45 is when this penalty will end. Here's Besser. Besser over to Pettersson. When it ends, it'll just be a 6-on-5, not a 6-on-4. Working the puck is the big thing that has to happen for the Canucks. And the puck got out of the zone again. 2:10 to go. Penalty would end with 63 seconds left in the game. Shot on net, and then Besser playing the defenseman type slot off to the left wall. Hughes guarded by Backlund. Hughes over to JT Miller. Miller twists in front. Off the left wall, Miller over to Besser. Shot, Pettersson fired high and out of play. And the Canucks are pointing. That should be a Calgary penalty. I don't think it is, though. I think the Flames are saying that this is deflected. Let's see. This Pettersson shot. That hits off of. Well, they're saying that just that land as a save, not a. Not that it went out on purpose because it just went off of the shoulder. Top of the right shoulder by Jacob Markstrom. So Miller's back on the ice. He had to go to the bench to get a new stick, though. 6-on-4 with 35 seconds to go in the man advantage. Then when Andrew Mangiapane leaves it with 63 seconds, we said, it will be a 6-on-5. Clean draw. Hughes keeps it in. Clean win, I mean, by the Canucks. Shot there over for Hughes. Pettersson fakes it. Shoots, save, rebound. Loose in front of the net, and they couldn't jam it in. Here's Hughes. Shoots, rebound again. And the puck is loose. And Giordano's trying to sit on it. And now Pearson is yelling at Backlund. And Markstrom is on the puck with 17 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Right off the circle, out again. Canucks try to keep in. Passed off to the middle. Bennett for the empty net. And he missed it. The next time they go for a clear like that and miss the net, they can call icing because the penalty is over. But here come the Canucks right on. And a shot off the wing by Pettersson and a save by Markstrom. And Elias Pettersson can't buy a goal. Calgary up by 2 with 1 minute to play in the third period. And it's a 6-on-5 now. Myers, Hughes, Hoglander. And a bunch of players there. Virtanen. Puck gets cleared all the way down and into the net. Score. Myers couldn't get there. It bounced, and it's 5-2. And that should kill the Canucks. With 53.6 to go, the goal's going to go to Anderson. It's a clear down the ice, and it looked like it might have bounced wide. That puck rolled. And you know what? The Canucks haven't played great today, but I think one solace they could say is that it's been really an unlucky. Like, the puck has bounced not in favor of Vancouver in this game. This has been a very unlucky game for the Canucks. So this would look to be the third straight loss for Vancouver, which is not good. So Calgary back up by 3. So they won 3-0, and then after the Canucks were winning for some of the game, it would seem to be a 5-2 win over Vancouver. It's pinned off the boards. Canucks moving off the boards, and there will be a one game to go. One game rest for the Canucks. Flames, they're jostling in there. They've got Demko back in the net. Off the boards for Calgary. Canucks will shoot off, and this will go to the Flames defenseman Mangiapane. Shoots that one across, and it'll be lofted up in the air, and the Canucks lose a really devastating game, 5-2 to Calgary. And the Canucks 4-game road trip started well, ended horrible, and it's finally over. It is finally over as the two former Vancouver Canucks meet together at the head slab, Tanev and Markstrom. The Canucks will take 1-day break and fly back to Vancouver, and then on Wednesday, they'll host the Canadiens. Huge game. The Canucks will play against Calgary, and we'll see if they can get their first win in their first game since March 10th in Vancouver, but Calgary wins against Vancouver 5-2. So, see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow for some hockey. See you at 7 o'clock for a hockey night in New York City against the Devils and the Rangers, and we'll get some more hockey in Detroit between the Blue Jackets and the Red Wings. Good night, everybody. Happy hockey, everybody, but not a great day for my hockey teams. Good night.